Man, how you gonna do your own black people like that, man? It's gonna say he looks dumb. Hold on, Mo, I'm broadcasting. Go to check my broadcast out, Mo. Yeah, I'm gonna show you all the characters in this game. Nah, but Luther is his character is rapping. That's what he's doing. He's a rapper and a college educated man and a good baller. Oh, you hear Mo? Okay, here we go. No, he's not. I don't have him unlocked. That's why he looks so black. But yeah, he is black though. He is dark skin. So Luther's a sinner. He's a rapper. I think they based him off of 50 Cent, and but made him even taller. Yeah. And this is Big Dog. Big Dog is also a sinner. Hey, let me show you all the sinners. So these are all the sinners. Sinner is the biggest position. It's like the Shaqs. You know what I mean of the game. So you got Luther. There's seven sinners. You got Luther. You got Big Dog. You got Lee. He's the tallest one in the game. He's like 7 feet tall, and he can shoot. You got Krista. She's like one of the best defenders. hmm You got Jimmy. This guy is really good at just throwing the ball in because he's so big. He's so big. And then you got Big Joe. Big Joe is just like Big Dog. Like they literally are like I don't know who the fuck Big Joe is, but he's like a Big Dog ripoff. And then you got Camila. hmm Yeah, then we got Camila. She's a doctor, and yeah, I don't know why she's a doctor. And then yeah, Big Joe, he's a he. So all these characters got backstory. So Big Joe was he used to play by himself, but then he found some friends. You wanna know who his friends are? His friends ended up being Saru and Ginger. So this is Ginger. She's the point guard, the smallest position. Yeah, that's her. I got her unlocked. I used to play as her, remember? And then Saru, this guy. He's basically like Joey, the main character, with like his evil twin. I don't know why, but they made these guys like the evil twins of all the first characters, because all these characters got added on after. But when the game first started, it was Joey, and his teammate was Big Dog, who looks like him, and Joey is him, that looks like him. Yeah, and then I think Joey's other teammate was her, Helena. I thought it was Cindy, but Cindy was actually on the bad team for some reason. I don't know why. And then yeah, Ginger's nice though. And Saru, I don't know. Let's read this thing. Saru was once offered to work as a pro team, but he deeply falls in love with street basketball. As a passionate man, he can shoot freely regardless of his situation. I know they capping like a motherfucker. Come on, he could have played in the NBA, but he turned it down. That nigga capping. Who the fuck would turn down an NBA contract to play some street ball? Right, that nigga didn't get. And he probably lied. He probably didn't offer him nothing, but he tried to play it off. And then you got anyways, yeah. So those are the centers. I'm gonna tell you from what I've seen, I'm gonna tell you I'm a point guard. I don't play center, but I you know I've been on the opposite team of a center, plenty of centers, all these centers. And I'm gonna tell you who I think is the toughest center to guard. So Luther is probably the best all-round center. You know what I mean? He's not the best at anything particular, but he's great at everything. You know what I mean? He can dunk, he can get the ball in the basket, and he can rebound. Big Dog is probably the best passer. He's a really good passer. Uh, that's probably all I gotta say about him. He's a good passer, and he can shoot decently from mid range, like not the 3 point, but like a couple feet away. You know what I mean? Lee is the best shooter of the centers, even though centers are not shooters. They're supposed to stand at the basket, Mo, and grab the ball if somebody misses. But he likes to run out to the 3 point line and shoot, and he has a good shot. And then Sorry, and yeah, he's not really good at anything else. He can't really play defense that good because he's kind of slow as fuck. And then his rebounding, I guess, should be okay because he's like the tallest in the game. But he gets out rebounded by some better people. So I think the only good thing about Lee is that he's a great shooter and he can space the floor. So basically, like shoot threes and like that comes in handy. And then Krista, she's really good at rebounding and she passes a lot. She doesn't shoot much. That's not her style. She's all about rebounding, which is why if you look at her stats all the way on the top left, her rebound is like more than anything. And then Jimmy, this guy, this big old white guy, it looks like a former NFL player. He like a former linebacker or something. He is probably one of the hardest ones to guard because he just leans back and throws the ball in. Like, he just leans back and throw the ball in because he's so big, nobody can like stop him unless you're also a center like him. But when you're a point guard, there's nothing you can do really. Big Joe, he's basically like Big Dog. Uh, he looks so scary. That's the guy with the big old eyes that you were scared of. Yeah, he can pass the ball really well. Like Big Dog. That's all I know. He's just like a copy. And then Camila, I guess she's good at like laying up the ball and dunking a little bit. I don't really know much about her. So, yeah. All right, power forwards. Oh, he's leveling up. He's leveling his characters up right now. Yeah, he just bought the rookie pack. He leveled up Big Dog. So here's Adamani's two characters. He plays as him and him. So they're right next to each other. Those is two guys, Luther and Big Dog. Okay. So power forwards, you got Clark, Murdoch, Lulu, Max, Faye, and Deacon. Oh, you know I'm supposed to tell you? I'm supposed to tell you who I think is the best at center. The overall best center in the game, I think I would have to give it to, if I'm being honest, okay, what do I want in a teammate? Do I want you to score? Do I want you to rebound? Do I want you to pass? I want you to do a little bit of everything. And who does a little bit of everything? Luther is not a good passer at all, but he's good at dunking and rebounding. But honestly, I got to give the best center to Krista. That's just my opinion. I think she's probably the best center in the game. No disrespect to Damani. I think Krista's the best because this bitch could really, she really plays good defense, and she's all about. But the bad thing sometimes is when nobody on the team can shoot and everybody just passing it, nobody can score. Like nigga, you shoot, you shoot. So there's been times where I play with Krista and she pass it to me and I'm like fuck, I'm playing this, I can't shoot. I'm like fuck, I pass back to her and she don't want to shoot. I'm like damn. So if you got a shooter on the team like a shooting guard, you should be all right. But Krista works well with shooting guards and point guards. All right, so yeah, I think Chris is the best center. So the power forwards, you got Clark, Murdoch, Lulu, Max, Faye, Deacon. All these power forwards. This is going to be a harder discussion. The center was a little bit easier, but power forwards, all the power forwards are great. I'm going to take Lulu out. Lulu definitely not the best power forward. She's great though. She's one of the OGs, one of the first in the game that started. Because characters get added on, of course. So Clark, he's the best dunker. This motherfucker can dunk like a motherfucker, and he's a great rebounder and a good dunker. Re, uh, Murdoch is a great rebounder and a great defender, so he's the best at defense. So if you try to dunk, he's blocking your shit and he's getting rebounds. Lulu, she's a decent shooter. That's all I can say about her. She can shoot from mid range, not from three, but she can shoot from mid range, and she could try to get rebounds, but she's not out rebounding these two. These Murdoch and Clark, she's not fucking with them. Max, this dude can steal the ball from you like it's nothing, and he can get good rebounds. So Max is great at that. I don't know if he's good at anything else though. No, he's not a good shooter. He can't. Uh, his defense isn't the greatest, but his defense is good as far as stealing the ball from you. And then Faye, she can like run and like shoot, so that's really good. She can dunk. And then Deacon, This dude is a beast. This is the guy I wanted Damani to play as. This nigga can dunk, he can rebound, you know what I mean? And he does it viciously. Like he's a dog. Like this dude, he throws people on the floor. It's his special move. He throws people on the floor. But if I got to give the best power forward to somebody, it's gonna come down to Clark or Murdoch. From what I've seen, the people that gave me the most trouble, like Clark is unstoppable sometimes, but Murdoch, nobody can go through him. So I'll probably get a best power forward to Murdoch, to be honest with you, because defense really is important, and this dude can stop a lot of people in their tracks. So I give it to Murdoch. Damn, I gave it to two white people so far for the center and power forward. All right, for the small forwards, you got Amanda, Joey, William, Carter, Rebecca, Saru, and Jack. All right, so we start with Amanda, the girl that's dancing and shit. I think you saw her yesterday or the other day. Amanda, she reminds me a little bit of Kobe Bryant when it comes to her shooting because she like does the fadeaway. No, not Kobe, Michael Jordan. Well, Kobe did. Kobe played like Michael Jordan. He like wanted to be just like him. So I guess I could say both of them. She has a good shot. She has a decent shot from the mid range. That's all I can say about her. She has a decent shot. She's a good shooter. Like she can score. Nothing else she can do. She can't play defense. And she's she's a good scorer, but yeah, that's about that. She can get you a bucket, but she can't get you no stops. Joey, he's a great all-around player. He could play defense, he could score. He's basically the poster child for the game. He's like the face of this game. If you know what I mean? Like when this game first came out, he's the main guy. You know what I mean? He's white and he can play basketball. Mm, you know what I mean? So of course they're gonna target that. I don't know why. So, but yeah, Joey's the best at he's not the best at anything at small forward, but he's like great at everything. He's like the Mario. You know, Mario, he's like good at everything, but he's not great at anything. And then William, he's like the LeBron James in my opinion. He could do a little bit of stuff. You got Carter. He's a decent passer. You know what I mean? Play a little bit of defense, I think. He's like the old man. Then you got Rebecca. I don't like her. You got Saru. He's basically Joey ripoff. And then you got Jack, who's also another Joey ripoff. If I had to give the best power forward to somebody, I'll probably give it to William. Just because, you know, gotta give it to a black guy. And in the shooting guard, you got Kim. Now, this position is more shooting guards than any other position. This fucking game has so many shooting guards. It's eight of them. You got Kim, Carolina, Fred, Ren, Jason, Walker, Nadia, and Noah. And this bitch Ren, she's the best shooter out of all of them. This bitch can shoot the lights out. And you know what she always says, Mo. You already know what she says. Bless you. She be like, "Pass me, pass me, pass me, pass me." That fucking bitch, bro. If you let her off your fucking eyes for 1 second and they pass it to her in the corner, it's a wrap. Don't even try to defend it. Don't even try to run over there because that shit going in. This bitch do not miss. But she is the best. She's, in my opinion, out of fuck the positions in the whole game. She's the best shooter in the game. Can't nobody fuck with Ren. This bitch do not miss. You got to be trash to mess with her if you wide open. She does not play defense though, and she can't rebound. She can't do anything else but shoot. So that's all she's good at. All right, so you got Kim. Kim is the original shooting guard girl of the game. She was like, I think she was the one that was on Joey's initial team. It was her, Joey, and Big Dog. That's the original team. Kim, Asian girl from California. Anyways, this girl I call her, she's the second best shooter in the game. Ain't nothing wrong with Silver. She's the second best shooter. You know what I mean? This is who Damani's secondary character is. When he's not playing center and he wants to play shooting guard, Kim is his girl. She's the second best shooter in the game. Kim she's reliable when she's wide open, just like Ren. Sometimes she might miss though. But uh, her defense is it's okay. It's not really great. She's not a good defender, in my opinion. And but the thing about Kim, I really think she's easy for me to guard. I'm a point guard. I'm a smaller position than her, but she's so easy to guard. Like Kim's, they can't fuck with me, man. I lock Kim's down, so she's easy to defend. So if she's not wide open, it's like she ain't gonna do shit, in my opinion, man. I like Kim though. No disrespect to Money, but man, she ain't. He's seen me lock Kim's down before. All right, Carolina, she's a dribbler, little Mexican girl. Oh, she got a backstory. I never read her backstory. Growing up in Mexico with three older hermanos, is that brothers? Carolina was bred to be tough, yeah, and to know how to handle herself when it comes to scrapping. She's been living in the Oh, that shit going too fast. She been living in the States for 12 years, but she still got that Hispanic accent when she talks. Carolina is self-assured, and the one thing she wants everyone to know about her is that she doesn't care what you think about her. Ooh, I respect that. Mamacita. hmm hold on, I'm almost done, man. Uh, she's not a great shooter. She can dribble and she can do layups. That's her style. Her defense is decent. Fred, he's a really I'll call him probably like he's a good shooter. He's probably the third best shooter in this position, and he can dunk. Same with Jason. They basically do the same shit. I don't know what the difference is between these two, Fred and Jason. Jason is probably a little bit better though, in my opinion. He can really dunk good. Walker is fucking trash. I remember Damani was playing as him a couple weeks ago. That nigga Walker is trash. He's a robot. And then Nadia, she's one of the new girls from Canada. Ooh, she's so bad. Look at her beautiful ass face. She can dribble, dunk. Then you got Noah. He has a prosthetic leg, and he can dribble and do some really good layups. He's hard to guard a little bit. I say the best shooting guard in the game, in my opinion, the best shooting guard in the game, I'd probably give it to Jason. Just because that nigga is just, he might be Michael Jordan. He's just explosive. Now the last position, the last, but certainly not least, maybe the point guards. There's 7 point guards. You got Pedro, Cindy, Helena, the Professor, Little Fox, Ginger, Mika, and the newest person, Aaliyah. All right, so yeah, you know all of them. I got most of them unlocked. Who do? All right, Pedro. I fucking hate Pedro. This motherfucker is the best at stealing. If he's guarding me, I'm passing the ball because if I know if I got the ball in my hand for one more than 1 second, he's gonna steal it from me. But he's a terrible shooter. He plays good. He plays great defense. So he's great at stealing and playing defense. I gotta give him his respect for that. Cindy, she plays decent. She plays good defense, not great defense, but good defense. And she's probably the best shooter in out of the point guards. And she's reliable. I love Cindy. That's my baby. It's my day one. Helena, she's a good passer. Her defense is good, probably better than Cindy's a little bit. Terrible fucking shooter. Terrible shooter. The professor, this dude will break your fucking ankles. This nigga can dribble like a motherfucker, but this nigga cannot shoot. But he can pass and he can dribble. I don't really know what to do with all that though. Little Fox, that's my new guy right here. It's my main guy. He could play defense like a motherfucker, and he's fast. And he can't really shoot. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's not the best shooter out of the point guards. He's probably one of the lower tier shooters out of all the point guards. Probably the bottom three. But this dude makes up for it. You know what I mean? If you train him, he can be a decent shooter. But that's my guy. You got Ginger. She's a good dribbler. She's kind of like the professor. She's almost as good as a dribbler as him, and she shoots a little bit better. But yeah. Then you got Mika. She's a great passer, terrible at everything else. And you got Aaliyah. She's a great passer, and she can move fast. I don't really know that much about her, but the best point guard, in my opinion, non-bias, non-bias, best point guard in the game. I probably got to give it to Cindy. Yeah, I love Cindy, and I just admitted it. I just admitted it to Damani, man. Little Fox is not the best point guard. It's Fendi, man. That's my girl, bro. Yeah, yeah. Access members. Yep, and now you know a little bit something about everybody. Oh yeah, definitely. You're not gonna forget about Pedro though. Not him. We don't like Pedro. That motherfucker. I like him. I like him. I like.